Fortnite, Chapter 0. Darkness. That's how it started. Darkness. The multiverse as we know it. Was darkness. There was a brew grower in the very middle though. And one day, a massive brew explosion created the multiverse as we know. Trillions and trillions of universes, all formed in an instant, thanks to a bright growing brew orb of the universe's strongest matter. However, now this brew orb was exposed, and the immense power unavailable to anyone who can find it. What the orb took into account was gods. 4 gods created life on the planet known as Fortnite. They knew the orb needed protection and created a small hidden island, with the only life being the grass, trees, and other wildlife. The gods had immense power and decided to spread it all out across the universe. Gold, lava, darkness, shadow, slurp, ice, energy, lightning, fire, earth, water, life, to name a few. Enter IO. Thousands of years later. What the 0 Point didn't know was it sent small shards of its energy to a universe with the planet Earth. In the early 2000s, the science organization known as IO discovered the shards and used them to form a smaller 0 Point. After sending 7 test subjects through the 0 Point, they thought it was time for an adult human to go in. "Jones," shouted Janice. It's John Jones, and my friends call me Jonesy," Jones replied. "Well, Jones, you've been working here for months and haven't done anything of note, so you will be going to the 0 Point," Janice responded. "But I'm only an intern," Jones replied, with a worrying tone. "Great, this is your first big task," Janice replied. Jones walked over to the control panel and pressed the buttons, then gets sucked into the orb. He landed on a bright green patch of grass. That was as lush as nothing he'd seen before. He looked up at the otherworldly orb. He thought to himself, so this is what holds reality together. Jones looked around the island, but it was just filled with wildlife. He turned the camera on, and Janice picked up the signal. "Congratulations," Janice complimented Jones. Suddenly Jones felt a strong sense like he could build out of thin air. He was able to start building stairs, walls, and other shapes after getting wood from all the trees. "How are you doing that?" Janice asked, with amazement. "I don't know, it's just happened," Jones replied. "Okay, Jones, good job. You can come back now," Janice said. Before Jones left, he placed some cameras on the island. Jones proceeded to jump into the 0 Point. However, something strange happened. While Jones was travelling home, he saw hundreds of realities flash before his eyes. He landed on the floor, not thinking much of what happened. "Okay, now we know it's safe. We can send more people down there for research," Janice said with excitement. "Wait on the security camera." "Is that me?" Jones had looked at the cameras on the island and saw someone with similar features to him, the only difference being the suit. Instead of wearing a black suit with a red tie, he was wearing what looked like a green jungle suit. "What?" Janice said with confusion. He wasn't there before," Jones claimed. "Okay, everyone, no need to panic. I'll send some people in to investigate," Janice said. Jones walked up to the control panel with 7 other work colleagues. Jones pushed a button on the panel. They were all sucked in and landed on the island. "It's very calm here," Banshee stated. "We can't get distracted. We need to find that weird crone thingy. Let's split up," Jones said. Before they split up, the crone came over to them. The crone looked confused and scared. "Who are you?" Jones asked. I don't know, the crone replied. Suddenly the 0 point started to grow, and all 8 workers were sent back to IO. I played some videos, and he just came from nothingness. The 0 point grew very bright, and then poof, there was the crone. It happened as soon as Jonesy came back, Janice explained. What happens now? Jonesy asked. Croning is very illegal. If anyone finds out about this, IO is dead. We need to go back in one more time and hide the 0 point in the bunker. Give 2 guardians and make sure nothing escapes, Janice said. It appeared every time someone left the island via the 0 point, a crone would be created. Everyone in IO was working on the bunker. A lot of crones, now known as snapshots, had been created. However, now the 0 point was hidden under a lake, and the snapshots had no idea what was going on. IO proposed a distraction for the people on the island. They implemented a storm of dark matter to go over the island once a month to reset the loop. They created seasons after a period of time. A new season would randomly start with a big event, distracting everyone from the truth.